Oh yeah, it says Mangat Farm, so we are here. So yeah, just met with the owner, had a brief chat. It's confirmed I'm at the right place. This is the farm. They're running late for some appointment, so probably we'll try to see if we can come on the vlog or maybe take them in some other vlog. But we have our accommodation here, so that's pretty cool. Let's get to know more about the farm. All right, so I'm all settled into the farm, just hanging out with the owners before they have to leave for their own appointment. So just gonna steal a couple of minutes of your time.
Anytime.
Please let us know about yourself, about your farm. How did you come up with this idea?
So I have become a farmer by being born into this family.
Okay.
And this is our 60th year of Mangat Farms.
Okay. Wow.
It was set up in 1964 by my grandfather.
Uh-huh.
So when he retired from the army and he'd bought this land then with all the funds he had.
Right.
So that's how it happened. Though he was in the army, my father is also served in the army.
Uh-huh.
And he did the Pakistan war. My grandfather has seen world wars.
Wow. Okay.
And after that, once he retired, he was mostly into adventure activities. He's the one who was the leader to the first Mount Everest expedition.
I see. Okay.
Awarded a Padma Shri by Dr. Rajendra Prasad.
Uh-huh.
And he has been a key person in setting up numerous institutes all over India, abroad. And he has visited so many countries giving lectures. He was an institution in himself.
Right.
That's all I can say,
Right.
to sum it up. So my elder brother was studying in Sherwood College, Nainital.
Uh-huh.
And I was also to be sent to a residential school.
Okay.
So what happened, the headmaster to the Punjab Public School, Nabha,
Uh-huh.
was with my grandfather
Right.
as a quartermaster on the Mount Everest expedition in the year 1960.
That was perhaps the first expedition?
The first expedition,
Okay,
yeah.
understood.
So what happened is, like they used to write letters amongst themselves in Urdu.
Sure.
And my grandfather was a brigadier and he was a flight lieutenant, a young officer.
Right.
So my grandfather always used to call him Khalifa.
Okay.
And their letters were in the language which they went to school, Urdu.
Sure.
So he mentioned to my headmaster that he's planning to send me, Ranjit, to Sherwood College in Nainital, as my elder brother was studying there.
Right.
And both of us would have been in the same school.
Uh-huh.
And Group Captain AJS Garewal, Amarjit Singh Garewal.
Right.
So he insisted, no, send this boy to me.
Okay.
So that was the reason I went to Punjab.
Uh-huh.
Not to Nainital.
Right.
So when I studied there, I spent like from grade 9 to 11, I was there.
Right.
And there were mostly zamindars and people from agriculture background.
Right.
So having a connect with all these friends of mine, classmates, we grew up together,
Sure.
being in a residential school.
Sure.
So what happened is, I got to learn as a kid, like I used to listen other students talk about agriculture, tere kinne kille ne, as
Right.
in
How much land do you have?
how much land do you have?
Sure, sure.
So that was so then I came back one fine, like in one of these breaks, I had never ever thought about what size land do we have.
Right.
So then I learned, yes, we do have 40 acres.
Wow, this is 40 acres of
Yeah.
just pure farmland.
Pure farmland.
Okay.
And with due course of time, I did my graduation as a bachelor's in commerce. Both of us, we are lawyers.
Right,
And
okay.
I've worked with Mudra, I've worked with other companies as well.
Sure.
And I did go to Canada as a farm supervisor in 2018.
Wow. Advocates turned farmers with international exposure. What
Yeah.
more could you ask for? Amazing background.
So what happened is, no one knew COVID's going to come.
Sure.
So they were here,
Uh-huh.
my sons were here,
Uh-huh.
and I was there by myself. I had to come because of an emergency for a time,
Sure.
and in the meantime, the COVID broke.
Right, right.
So it took me almost 6 months to go back.
Uh-huh.
Went on a Vande Bharat flight
Okay.
And in the meantime, the person had someone coming in, and I went there, and there were things, and I was emotionally down.
Right.
So family is here, the pandemic, and never ever heard about something after what we knew as a plague,
Tough,
I
yeah.
suppose.
It was very tough, yes.
So eventually I went there, came back again, and I made few trips all through in peak coronavirus pandemic,
Okay.
living on homeopathy medication. I did survive. Our family is all co-virgin.
Okay.
No one has ever had even a cold.
Right.
So by the grace of God, everything went fine, and I finally decided to come back.
I guess it has to do with proper nutrients and fresh organic produce that you get on
I
the
suppose
farm
so.
as well. Yeah, nutrients make a whole lot of difference.
And for isolation, like this campus is roughly 4 acres.
Yeah.
And all through like 3 months, the gate was locked. We had enough to eat whatever we had. So you
Self-sufficient,
see,
yeah.
self-sufficient, and all these fruits and everything coming in. We had, because in the first wave we had the best possible bumper crop of low-carb fruit.
Okay.
Never ever.
Okay.
And peaches.
Right.
So we hardly bought any fruits, and we have dal, we have rice, we do our own mustard oil, organic.
Right.
So that was the good phase. So I
Amazing.
then decided nothing more, just be a farmer and host people.
Right. Right. Yeah, and we're going to do a short farm tour shortly after we are done talking with them. I did take a glimpse of the farm while I was getting to know the farm and getting oriented. So we're going to take a sneak peek and get to know about crops and what's where. And I suppose we have 3 accommodation rooms for guests to stay in.
Yeah, we
Those are
do
pretty
have.
large family rooms,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, family rooms.
The room is roughly over 400 square feet,
Wow, that's...
minus the washroom.
Yeah, that's a lot of space. Yeah.
So
Okay.
as in Mumbai size, the room size and the washroom,
Yeah.
minus the veranda,
Yeah.
itself makes an apartment.
Yeah, it pretty much does. And then there's a kitchenette of sorts there for people who...
That's a full kitchen.
Yeah, okay.
It's a proper Airbnb, like American style, self-serve.
Right.
You don't need your garbage, we don't need yours. Clean it up.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm very strict on that.
Yeah, sure. Makes sense. So I suppose this is a very quiet, secluded area. So as you saw in the vlog, I got lost a few times. There was like a bunch of dead ends and meandering around the village streets. So do you get bored at times because it's so quiet, or do you appreciate it that it's far away from the city's hustle and bustle?
When we just love it. Between me and my wife,
Yeah.
we just love it. So does my mother.
Right.
So she's not here. She's up at Kanatal managing stuff up there. She's
Right.
pretty active and helps us with everything.
Right.
And as of now, like if I have to go to the town, it's a nightmare.
Fair enough.
It is actually a nightmare.
Right.
Both of us will just
You
keep
try to avoid it.
And we try to.
And everything.
Yeah.
We get so irritated that we want to just rush back, finish our work. Like we decide everything that we have to go to this place, that place.
Right.
No window shopping.
Uh-huh.
We just pick up the stuff.
Limited supplies and
yeah.
you're back home.
Yeah.
We rush
Fair
back.
enough.
So the stores that we generally visit and buy whatever we have to, I think we're the 3rd generation buying from the same guy.
Wow. So you've been around. No wonder people know you. So when I got lost, you just mentioned who you are, and the guy said, "Oh yeah, I know this guy." I was like, "Okay, that's interesting." I didn't have to mention the address at all. So it helps.
Like you've lived abroad, I've lived abroad, my brother does. So when there was this gentleman by the name George,
Yeah.
when I was working there, so he asked me where all have I lived. I said I've lived on the farm. No, how many times have you moved? I said
For
we
them
don't
it's
move.
normal.
India people generally do not move,
Right.
especially farmers.
Yeah. So after a brief chai break with the owner, Ranjit Ji, we are now visiting his farms, and there are farmers doing some farm work here. So we're gonna check out. So these are carrots over here. भैया एक निकाल के दिखाओ ना. देना. This is a farm fresh carrot plucked right now. So this is a unique experience that I came here for. That's why I decided to stay at an eco farm as my first stopover in this journey in Uttar Pradesh. So in the next few days, gonna enjoy some farm fresh vegetables on the farm as well. Came to check out the tube well. This is their irrigation system, which you also saw in the previous vlog when I was in Haryana. So they also have tube well irrigation. So they made these kind of canals all around to water the farmlands. And I see a lot of potato farming. So they just got done. I think there are some potatoes lying around. And I think I missed the chance to see the tractor in action, but there are some potatoes down there. So they have about 40 plus acres, as the owner mentioned. There's like lots and lots of farms all around that come under them. So there's this residential complex over there and then farm patches all around. काका कैच कराना अम्मा को ऐसे. अब इसको क्या गांठ बांध दोगे? हाँ. अच्छा, ये ऐसे जैसे बांध के रखे आपने?
ये like 5 pieces each.
हाँ हाँ.
गड्डियाँ बन जाती हैं तो लगभग 1.25 किलो का एक पैक बन जाता है. अब जैसे ये बड़े हैं, so they put only 4 in this.
हाँ.
So they know what they are doing by पकड़.
Rough estimation. हाँ हाँ.
So this is again got 5.
Now they're gonna put that on their head and move it around, or is it just gonna stay here, the entire stack?
This goes to the mandi in the morning.
Ah, okay.
4 a.m.
Okay.
It stays here, harvest कर लिया, तैयार करके tie it down.
हाँ.
And मंडी में चले जाएगा सुबह को.
Interesting. So this was lump cabbage. We saw the farmers packing it up to go into the main sabji mandi, the market in the morning. So we just stopped by to see while it is still here. Tomorrow it will disappear early in the morning. So there's beetroot. This is probably coriander, you said?
Yeah, cilantro.
Cilantros and coriander. There's cauliflower over there. And they're also making some fresh cow dung manure over here to be used back in the farm. So it's all pure organic, right? No chemicals.
It is, no chemical. Like within the campus, roughly
Right.
4 acres, 100% organic.
Right. And you have something for personal use and everything else goes to the market, is it?
Yeah,
Or for the guests to use?
what we sell,
Right,
we
right.
eat.
Right. Fair enough, fair enough.
And any guests who are coming in and staying with us,
Right.
they can pick up their own veggies and cook for themselves and enjoy.
Huh.
Like a regular farm wherever people have that experience
Right.
abroad.
So
You go pick up your apples, pick up your bananas, like we do have a farm up in the Himalayas at Karnatal also.
Right, right.
We have influx of guests coming in
Uh-huh.
who enjoy picking their own apples, and so they take a farm tour, go for a hike within the
Right.
thing.
So this was just a sneak peek. So I have my fresh salad in my hand, but tomorrow we have something very interesting planned.
Why don't you
So,
pick some beetroot for yourself?
Oh yeah, we can increase the amount of veggies that go into the salad because this is not something that you do otherwise. So we're gonna get some fresh beetroot to go with it.
I suppose that's good
That
for you.
works. Yes, that works. So that's my fresh garden salad. And tomorrow we have something interesting that we are trying to work out. So you'll see in the next vlog how that pans out. But for now, I'm just taking the farm tour and understanding what fruit and
I'll
veggies
take
go
you
here.
to go and pick up some lettuce for yourself.
Yes. So, and there are fresh bananas along the way. So these were, what variety were these? Are these the small bananas from down south or the regular ones?
I have people who come down from Bihar.
Right.
So this is something which the labor who come to transplant the nursery from the nursery to the fields.
Right.
So those people had brought me this banana. So
Okay.
we multiplied it.
Okay. Interesting. So last time I saw this kind of a banana tree with that pinkish flower was in Portugal, but this is actually the first time I'm seeing it at home in India too. So that's the beauty of staying at an eco farm. You get to see a lot of fruits and vegetables on the tree before they come to the table. And our plan is to have some sort of a farm to table kind of arrangement here while I'm around. So let's see how that works.
You can pick up nimbu for yourself.
All right.
You can pick up guava for yourself.
There's lemon and guava here. This is pomegranate, right? No, this is guava.
Those are guavas.
Oh, there's a very red guava on the inside. So this is not the white variety, is it?
This is not the white one.
So there's like
That's
a
the pink one.
pink one.
So that's the bird's share.
Right,
So they've eaten what they need.
right. So this
Never do we put any nets. So
Right.
we like birds and
right,
other, like we got so many squirrels. They also eat all the time.
right,
You
right.
see so many down there.
Yeah, so those are for the nature, I guess.
Yeah.
And there's also green energy out here. And they were mentioning there is this pool here, which is a freshwater pond. Also used for irrigation, but it's also like a mini swimming pool of sorts. So in the season, people can jump in. So the owner has a clip of it working, so we're gonna put that as an overlay so you can see. And if you come here in the summer season or a slightly warmer season, you can enjoy a dunk in the pool as well.
You can pick up the bigger one here.
Okay, sure.
And we got lettuce and
Right,
radish there.
right.
So do you want to pick something for yourself?
Yes, let's grab some lettuce. So take this one. Just pull it out from
Don't
the...
pull it out. What you should do is like twist it around.
Oh, so
it regrows.
Right, the plant stays. Oh, this is pretty nice. Farm fresh lettuce. And oh, okay.
There you go.
Nice. That's
Your salad
sorted for the day. Alright, that was a fun exploration and spending time with the owner's family. So this is the accommodation area. There are 3 different rooms here. So mine is right in the middle. So I'm gonna unpack, offload, and then they have prepared fresh lunch for me. So the salad that I picked would also be chopped up so I can have my lunch. I'm gonna just settle in and check out the room. So I'm now in the accommodation zone. So there's room number 1. This is room number 2, which is mine. And there's also room number 3. So we're gonna check out the rest of the rooms later. But this is also a nice hangout area. Very, very rustic vibes. So I'm gonna chill out here at some point as well. They have some traditional dolls, and the owner pointed me to some resources that I can read. So there's also bird tourism, bird watching that happens here. So I'm gonna check out this book, and then they also mentioned this book which would tell me more about the place. So I'm gonna read that later. And let's go in and check out the room. It's a very big and spacious room that I've been given. So it's like very long, so it's like very spacious that way. As the owner was mentioning, it's bigger than like an apartment in Mumbai. So as you can see, this is like a very big space. So I have a bed. There's also a storage cabinet here, like a nice washroom area. So pretty big that way. And the coolest part is it connects to the kitchen. So if I wanted to grab something from the veggie section of the farm or some fruits, can bring back here, sit on the dining area and enjoy it in peace. There's also a microwave, fresh drinking water. There's literally everything that you would need to have a pleasant stay. There's also Wi-Fi. So I forgot to ask the owner about the Wi-Fi password, but we'll set it up. So just gonna go back to the, so the owners have like a separate accommodation. So I'm not gonna vlog out there to maintain their privacy. But I'm gonna go there to grab myself the freshly made homemade meal and enjoy it with the fresh salad that we just picked. And in the next vlog onwards, we're gonna start enjoying the farm out here, do some fun activities around. So stay tuned and hope you enjoy this entire new state that I'm exploring, which is the state of Uttar Pradesh. And I'll see you again in another episode of the India Darshan travel series. This is the Rustic Wanderer signing off.